channel.
Hello guys, welcome to Final Whistle, where we give you nothing but the best of sporting interviews, pre and post match analysis. And today we'll be talking about the recent outburst that has happened between Mikel and now Sunday Olise has come out to the public to clear the air about what has been
Transpired, yeah.
between him and Mikel
Yeah.
Ogochukwu, it's nice having you today.
Same here, brother. Same here.
I thought you saw the whole thing happen in the space of a while, and then Sunday Olise came out yesterday in an interview with one of our own media personality, Edafe.
Yeah.
And he actually cleared the air. But let's go back to the genesis of this situation.
I think that would be the
where
best.
Mikel came out to say about Sunday Olise, as he termed him as he was a fantastic guy in his playing days, but as a coach, he was very terrible. He absolutely has no clue of what he is doing. I think those are harsh words.
Yeah, exactly. They are. I feel like they are too harsh for someone that you claim to be a fantastic guy. You know, just for someone that you look up to use those words in those. You know, I think that was not fair. But I'm glad Olise has come out to also clear the air on certain things that happened. That he was terrible. It was terrible. It doesn't get messy and the Super Eagles.
I tell you. So okay. So what you saw the whole video, and then he came out to clear the air about how NFF told him that there were some certain players in the Super Eagles camp that were giving them issues.
Yeah.
And specifically, he said they mentioned
names.
starting from Vincent Enyama to John Mikel Obi,
Yes.
and then
Emmanuel Emenike, yeah.
And then eventually found out that Emenike was not supposed to even be
in that list.
He said Emenike was a fantastic guy. He was a fantastic guy. Now, John Obi Mikel coming to say this about Sunday Olise. He found it disrespectful, and he told us that the guy needs some help.
Yeah,
he was
prayers.
Yes, what has been coming out of Obi Mikel recently has not been fantastic.
I feel like when you leave football, your playing days, to go back into society, it becomes a bit difficult for them. We are seeing the likes of Iniesta. He doesn't have that capacity to go back into society. That's what's happening to Mikel. So probably he found the podcasting, this and then he held on to it and is saying trash at this point. Because to come out and spill that kind of thing about your manager, a senior colleague, someone that you should look up to, a legend that you've not, whether he likes or not, he has not attained. When it comes to Nigeria, when it comes to our space, he has not attained what Olise attained, and I feel like that was very wrong because he used unprintable names, calling the guy a terrible guy, a clueless manager. Are you calling him a clueless manager? Someone that took 14 Citadel in Dutch to from their lower league to the major league. He won an award that was voted by coaches and players of the league. And you're calling that person a terrible manager? How?
And even if we check the records, I think
14 matches, he won 12 games, lost 2. Inside those 2 losses, one was a friendly game. 19 goals scored, 6 goals conceded. That was a fantastic thing. Yes. Now the thing is, where this whole thing came out was the fact that these players, yes, today we're talking about the likes of the Oliseh, but this has been existing.
Before
now. That was why the NFL, when they appointed Olise, they told him, guy, these are the players you should be wary of. In fact, take them off. That was what the NFL wanted. Take them off. Because we could not qualify for the AFCON in 2015. Even though we had under Steve Keshi, a very wonderful coach like Steve Keshi. It was because of the player power. So when they brought in Olise, they told him, look at these guys. Make sure they're out of the deal. But Olise was like, no, let's see what we can do.
Talk to them.
Yes. As a former player, he understands that, yes, the NFF is not perfect. But for him to go and talk with you, in fact, Olise did a lot of sacrifices. He said he went to meet Enyama. That is meeting on his club site. I'm not talking about Nigeria.
His assistant coach,
Or his assistant coach. He went to meet him, met at the training in the morning, was there at the training, spoke with his coach. You know what it means? For your countryman to come to your club, talk to your coach, discuss with your family, everything.
And he met him in the capacity as a captain of the team.
Captain of the team. Discussed with him, told him about how he wants to run his government as the head coach of the Super Eagles.
Share ideas
with this guy.
Philosophy and
yes.
See how you can work out.
came back, sent a message to Mikel Obi. I'm coming to meet you in London.
They said Mikel snubbed him in London.
Snubbed him in London. Refused to pick his call. Refused to reply messages. I think that's very, very wrong. Now, he now comes back during the training. I think their first camping.
Yeah, first. Yeah, exactly.
He came and obviously from what he saw when he went to meet them, he knew that the player power that the NFL told him was true. So he had to use that listen to come and lash at them at the first listen. That's what Mikel is saying. He shouldn't have started talking at the first interview, the first meeting he had with them. He shouldn't have started lambasting them.
You guys said he came out blasting all of them, like calling
Who wouldn't?
Like, that's the first time you are meeting us, man. Calm down.
Who wouldn't? When I went to meet you individually before meeting the whole this as a team, he met them individually. He saw their response and he knew that, these guys, you have to stand your foot. If someone like Stephen Keshi could not control them, I have to do a lot. And it is normal. It's not even African thing. It's normal for a younger one. If you are given a job to do ahead of probably someone like Stephen Keshi, finish the job, I could not deliver. For you as a younger person, you have to come and prove to some form of, So I felt like that was what made Olise come out so harshly. But even if he did, that was not so bad for a coach to do. To tell some players, don't do this, and they've had the likes of Enyama started to do as if you are a kid.
No, let's get to Enyama. Let's get to Enyama because it looks like there's a lot of angle to this thing.
Yeah.
Let's get to Enyama's whole thing. Now Enyama has come out to say he was treated like a piece of used material. So I had to put up a blog between me and the national team. It is now that I'm beginning to follow what is going on, but I really put a stop to watching football, watching the national team. I was deeply hurt, in his words. So you understand the whole Enyama thing, the burial, I want to go and bury my mother situation, and then
that was the narrative that was sold.
Yeah, it was.
But I think I was glad that after listening to the podcast yesterday, it cleared the air. That narrative that Enyama wanted to bury his mother and we did not allow him as a country, he felt we did this guy wrong. But man, that was not true, man. That was not true. You want to bury your mother, fine. The first meeting you had with Olise, now that day they bury your mother. That was not the day. So what happened that day? Why did you leave the camp that day? The coach said, when he talked to them about player power, Enyama fled up because he knew it was true. Even Mikel admitted that there was player power. The likes of Enyama were strong. He fled up that you can't tell me that, you can't do that. Leaving your coach, he packed his bag from the camp and left. That was, I think, thankfully, that was what brought Carl into our wonderful lives. And it's just sad we lost him to cancer, but he didn't die, but he stopped playing the game. Enyama did not do well as well. Enyama, you claimed you want to bury your mother. She did not die that day. We've had Muslims bury their loved one that day. Your mom did not die that day. She died 3 months prior to that time. Our qualifiers against Tanzania the game was supposed to be on a Friday. As at Wednesday, you were not in camp. Like Kavimbasi. When you're not Kavimbasi and then
so this has happened.
It has been happening time immemorial. You're not in camp. What do you expect the coach to do? This is someone that worked under, that has coached, that has played under wonderful managers. So he knows what discipline means. You expect him to come and as you come, you just enter the team. Is it possible? When he played as a player, he had the likes of Finidi George that was playing for Ajax. He had
Taribo West
playing for Inter.
If camp is on Wednesday, they get to the camp
on Monday.
So
camp is on Wednesday, they'll do on Monday.
Who born you where you know come when you see the likes of Finidi, the likes of Sunday, the likes of Taribo West in camp already.
What are we now saying? You are now come on a Wednesday to call them and tell them that I can now come. I want to go and bury my mother. I'm a Christian as well. I know the way burials are done in the South. You don't fix dates impromptu. Dates are being fixed before time. So he knows when this date was fixed and he knows the clash. He should have spoken. If he really wants to buy into that program, into Olise's ideology or philosophy or whatever Olise had to say. But no, these players were out to destroy the Super Eagles. And I think they succeeded. because he eventually left the job for them.
Mm.
But Olise went as far as saying he felt like some form of black magic was used.
Yeah, he was sick at the time.
He was sick. Was it about how many months?
A few months now.
Few months program. He got sick in that few months.
NFL
Let us even make mention that NFF owed him salaries
and his assistants.
and his assistant. How can you owe a coach 4 months salary? Assistant, you owe assistant 6 months salary. How much did you not pay this time? How much?
Because he didn't even stay on the job for long.
Yes. Someone that did not stay on the job for so long. You owe the person 4 months salary. Assistant 6 months. These are people that have loved ones, kids, family to take care of. So the decay has not been today, but I'm glad at least everything is opening gradually.
Yeah,
it's unfolding.
It's
giving fans clearer view of what's happening. Probably some of us that have high expectation will drop our expectation.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the way we see the Super Eagles from afar might not be the way it is actually inside.
Yeah. A lot is happening.
A lot is happening. But one of the good things I took out of from the interview was the fact that he said he still follows what's going on.
And if he shows a lot of passion. He said he watched the Super Falcons. That his wife was questioning him, are you sure you don't have a girlfriend there? That's to tell you that these are legends. And then one other positive that I picked up from the interview was he said if he's going to be willing to come back,
we called upon.
He said if they put things right,
yes.
that is always there. This is his country. Forget that he has a German
Bali.
Yes, he has a German so he's ready to come back anytime that the Super Eagles that calls upon.
And look at it now. We are trying to get a foreign manager, so we need an indigenous coach to vice him. So that would be very, very, very lovely for us to get Olise as our second assistant. And I think.
Are you sure we're willing to be a second assistant?
He has obviously said it. He has obviously said it that he's ready to assist anybody that comes in. And so that's very good for us.
I think there was a point he mentioned Boniface in that part of the interview and Ademola Lookman. You see that part?
Yeah. He was talking about the fact that certain players in the squad, he felt like they don't deserve to be in that. But he now made mention of players that stood out.
That knows that.
In fact, he said he goes to drive 45 minutes 45 minutes drive to watch Boniface. That's how good he feels Boniface is. And that's how good we all know this guy to be. Ademola Lookman is also brilliant. He made mention of Ademola Lookman. So I feel like this is someone that still follows what's happening.
He still watches.
And that's what we want.
He watches.
And so if eventually the NFF deems it fit to bring him in, as they brought Amokachi and he refused, bringing in Olise won't be a bad idea actually for me.
So that's the words of Ugochukwu. He said if the NFF deems it fit to bring in Sunday Olise back, he will be ready to take the job. That's our time on Final Whistle. Don't forget to follow our social media handles at Facebook, at Twitter, and then don't forget to hit the like button on YouTube to get notified once you drop another video. Thank you.